Have you ever felt like there's a more confident, more powerful version of yourself just stuck inside, just waiting for the right moment to come out? Well, today we're diving into a really cool psychological tool that some of the world's top performers use to do exactly that.
Okay, let's just start with a statement that sounds, well, completely impossible. This is a direct quote from the legendary two-sport athlete Bo Jackson himself. I mean, how could one of the greatest football players of all time say he never actually played the game? It makes no sense, right?
Well, here's the answer. It was his alter ego. To really channel all his power and perform without any fear, Bo Jackson became someone else on the football field. He took on the persona of Jason Voorhees. He turned into this unemotional, relentless force of nature. And as he put it, Jason only lived on the field. And here's the thing. Bo Jackson's story, it's not some weird one-off. It actually brings up a huge question. What is this secret weapon that so many peak performers use to absolutely crush it in their biggest moments? The answer is something called the alter ego effect. So let's get into the first big idea here. And that's really understanding that this isn't just some random quirk for a few famous people. Nope. It's a deliberate strategy that literally anyone can use to become a peak performer in their own life. So, what is an alter ego at its core? It's basically a separate identity that you intentionally create to bring out your absolute best traits. Now, this isn't about being somebody else. It's about activating the most capable parts of yourself for a specific arena in your life, what the author Todd Herman calls your field of play. But you might be thinking, why would I even need an alter ego in the first place? That's a great question. And to answer that, we have to talk about the place where most of our struggles actually begin, what's called the ordinary world. You know, the ordinary world? It's that feeling of being totally stuck. It's when you know exactly what you want to do. You want to write that book, or nail that presentation, or just be a more present parent. But something inside just holds you back. It's a world that's just filled with frustration and self-judgment.
This right here shows such a powerful contrast. On one side, you've got the trapped self, feeling constrained, full of doubt. But inside all of us, there's also the heroic self. That's the version of you that thrives, that goes after goals, and that embraces a good challenge. The alter ego? Well, that's the bridge that gets you from one to the other. Okay, so if we all have this awesome heroic self, what's stopping us from just letting it out all the time? Well, there's a villain in this story, and it's probably not what you think.
That force is what the source material calls the enemy. And this isn't some bad guy out in the world. Nope, it's that voice of inner conflict inside your own head. It's that nagging self-doubt, that fear of what everyone else will think, that imposter syndrome that keeps your heroic self sitting on the bench. Okay, so we've laid out the problem, right? The ordinary world and the enemy. Now for the fun part, the solution. It's time to actually build your hero. And this is the most important part. An alter ego isn't something you're just born with. It's something you design. You create it on purpose to show up in those key moments, on your specific field of play, so you can finally shut down those internal voices of doubt. And this slide breaks down the 4 key steps beautifully. First, you pick your arena, your field of play. Is it the boardroom, the basketball court, your writing desk? Second, define the superpowers you need there. Do you need more confidence, laser focus? Then give it a name that actually means something to you. And finally, create a little origin story that explains why your alter ego has these powers and what its mission is. So you've done the work. You've crafted this amazing identity on paper, but how do you actually bring it to life when the pressure is on and you really need it? This brings us to the most practical and, honestly, the coolest part of this whole thing, activation. This is where the magic really happens. The key is something called a totem, or an artifact. It's a physical object that acts as your trigger. The source uses the absolute perfect analogy. It's your personal phone booth moment. Just like Clark Kent used a phone booth to become Superman, you use your totem to step into your alter ego. And look, this isn't just some make-believe fantasy. There's real science behind this. It's based on a concept called enclothed cognition, which basically shows that the clothes we wear and the symbols we carry can fundamentally change how we think and how we perform. I mean, the classic example is how just wearing a doctor's lab coat actually improves people's focus and attention. It's wild. And if you look through history, it's filled with examples. Winston Churchill had different hats he would wear to embody different leadership personas. Martin Luther King Jr. wore non-prescription glasses to project this image of dignity and intellect. Even the author Todd Herman used a simple pair of glasses to activate his confident business persona. So we've defined the problem, we've crafted the hero,
and we've learned how to summon them into action. Let's bring this all together for the final takeaway.
You know, this quote really gets to the heart of the alter ego effect. This is a tool for evolution. It's all about making a conscious choice to step beyond your current limits and into what you could truly become.
But let's be crystal clear about something. This is not about being fake. It's not about being inauthentic. It is the exact opposite. It's a method for unlocking the most heroic, most capable, and most authentic parts of yourself that are already there, just waiting to be called upon.
So the only question left is the one this all leads to. What's that one area in your life where you could really use a hero? And what simple object, what little totem, could be the trigger that helps you step into your power? What's your phone booth moment?